being here. Say hi to Bill Squire. He's right over there.
Hey, grippy hugs.
Poundcake's back in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people. Hello.
And if you'd like to join us, please do. In whatever way you see fit, there are people. I know join us is very vague. It runs the whole gamut. And I guess that's okay. There are some people who their joining us constitutes nonstop criticism, name calling, whatever. That's great. Don't care. You got to do way better than that. But whatever you want to do. He left coffee at your house last night.
Yeah.
That's a classic trick. He come back. Oh, I left something at your place. It's my freezing cold coffee. I got to come by and get it today.
He's left several things at my apartment.
I'm sure he has.
And he's taken clothes, too. Like
his dignity.
Remember yesterday when I said bitches love stealing hoodies? Well, he's one of the bitches that love stealing hoodies because he got one of my jean jacket hoodies that I like. And every time he comes over, he's like, man, I really like this. I'm like, I'm never going to get it back, am I?
And you guys are the same size.
Oh, I love
it. Means you double your wardrobe.
This is actually his shirt. He bought this shirt for himself, but it didn't look as good on him as it did on me.
White on brown. You cannot top white on brown.
And so,
literally and figuratively.
Yeah, it hugs my physique a lot better. So
that is the beautiful part, and it's an old Seinfeld bit, but it really is. It bears repeating. It's the beautiful part of being a gay couple is you double your wardrobe.
Yes.
Us straight guys dating girls like this, not, and by the way.
Oh, my girlfriend's got plenty of new clothes, but I don't.
But I mean, like, you can't, it's not the same size.
Right. But she likes to wear my hoodies and all that stuff. She does all that.
Right, but I'm saying you couldn't wear anything of hers.
No, not at all. Not even, like maybe a shirt as a hat.
Nothing more embarrassing than if you fit into some of your girlfriend's clothes. That's not, there's a part of your brain you're like, yeah, I still got it. But there's another part of your brain that goes, there's nothing masculine about
Some
that.
guys would wear girl jeans.
You want to put yourself in a, what's that?
Some guys, that was like a thing back in the day, wasn't it? That guys used to wear girl jeans.
Yeah, but that's different. Jeans are a whole other thing. I'm talking about, like, if your girlfriend throws you a T-shirt and you fit into it, you're like, oh, okay. Unless you have a giant girlfriend, in which case, whatever. There's other things going on. But
it's a huge bitch.
Yeah, that's a big bitch. That's a big bitch. Here's a message that came in on the iHeartRadio app. First one of the show today.
Cody mentioned private jets, and I guess if you got the money, it must be nice to skip security. But I've got a client out here that I do work for, and they actually own their own private jet, but still, it's more than $15,000 for the two of them to do a one-way trip from Ohio to Florida, and nothing's provided. I mean, they're out there buying their own mini bottles of booze and, food for the flight. I'm sure it's nice, but I don't know if it's worth it.
$15,000? Is that just in gas?
God, I can't believe
$15,000.
You provide your own food.
You wouldn't want to do that. You were just talking about how you'd be ordering the stewardess around to get you food.
But I wouldn't buy a
like
jet
they got a live
then.
kitchen on there. Well, no, understood.
That's like buying a Ferrari and then not being able to afford gas or insurance. Like, you wouldn't do that if you couldn't afford it. So.
There are all kinds of people who are house poor, my friend.
Well, that's
They've
ridiculous.
spent all their money on a massive house. They got nothing left to put things in it.
Or you live in the ghetto, but you drive a Mercedes. Like, why don't you get yourself up out the ghetto? Well, then I couldn't afford my Mercedes. Well, then you can't afford a Mercedes. What do you mean?
Well, all kinds of people are spending money they don't have. That's the American way. Spending money they don't have. I guess I didn't realize, because I've never flown a PJ, I didn't know that how do you skip security?
You go in a different part of the airport. You don't go through the airport.
No, I understand that, but they still have to check your things, I imagine. You just walk out of the tarmac and onto your...
You kind of do, I believe.
There'd be all kinds of... That would be the biggest loophole in aviation, is just renting
a private
jet.
They have to check you, but it's not like secure... Like, it's the crew that checks it or whatever.
Is that true?
And I think what they mean by skipping security is you're not in line for security. You're going through sort of it.
I understand that. I'm just saying skipping security to me means you're not checked before you get on the flight.
Because there's been guys that have gotten in trouble. Like Ron White tells a story about how he was traveling with weed and he was arrested when he landed in Florida.
Right.
And still made it to the show, though.
All right. This must have been a while ago before it was legal in so many places.
Yeah, this is probably 15 years ago or so.
There you go. Well, yeah, because, I mean, you walk out onto the thing and somebody's got to be checking you.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think it's a much more relaxed process. I know a lot of comics that have worked with that have, do private stuff now, but I don't know the exact process. I've never done it either.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've never flown a private jet because you know why, Bill? Because I'm a man of the people. That's why. And so you'll see me on commercial, and people will go, "Oh my God, how is Alan Cox?" And back here in coach. And I go, "That's right. I'm putting my backpack under the seat in front of me. I'm maybe putting something in the overhead bin. I'm probably even checking a bag. You won't even find me in 1ST class." I think that's how it's pronounced. You won't even find me in 1ST class.
There's levels to my boujiness. I would not just ride in any old private jet. Like
Any old private
because
jet.
there's some that look like there's room
But
inside.
it's still a private jet.
It's not.
Nobody can see it. Nobody can see it at cruising altitude and go, "What's that janky piece of crap that
But,
Poundcake's in?"
Like the ones where you have to kneel down to get into your seat. It's not really an aisleway. It's just kind of like a little tube. Wouldn't do that type of jet. And it needs to have like a functional bathroom. Some of them don't have bathrooms. Like I want mine to be.
I think per FAA code, you have to have a bathroom on an airplane.
I think it depends on the size of the.
Huh?
Maybe a jet, but not on a every airplane.
Well, not a puddle jumper.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going from Miami to San Juan, there's no bathroom because it's you and 4 other people with your luggage between your knees, hoping you don't crash into the ocean. But
the ones
if you're talking a private jet, there ain't going to be a private jet
like
without a bathroom.
The plane that I feel like the plane that Aaliyah was in was like one of those.
Well, they were
jets.
cutting all kinds of corners on that plane. I mean,
But like it was like one of those. It was a private jet, but it was like an island plane. And
I mean, according to that guy who
like
left us the message, there's no way you're going to spend $15,000 to go from Ohio. And just, don't miss the subtext there. That's how badly people want to get out of Ohio. It costs you $15,000 to get from Ohio to Florida. There's no way you're going to have a jet that doesn't have a bathroom on it.
Yeah, and
Hey, you got to hold it till we get to Tampa.
and
Sorry.
I
got a bucket here.
Yeah. I told you not to have the brisket for lunch.
What do you think the puddle is we're jumping over?
I wonder how much it was to get from Cleveland to Pittsburgh, because that was like where my friend.
Probably 15 minutes. In a plane, it's a 2.5-hour
Like
drive.
how much? Yeah.
Oh, how much money?
Yeah, I want to know how much it was.
I'll find out.
He said he would take frequent.
And your
trips.
friend. Yeah, well, maybe they get a bulk rate.
Maybe that could be possible.
I got a break. If you want to send a text, 35192. All the things I told you about mere minutes ago. If you want to leave messages on the iHeartRadio app, you can do it there, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio. The Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
Every September, the biggest names in music take the stage at our iHeart